Hey everyone, my name is Taps, and it is painfully obvious that securing NFT drops in the Veve app is getting harder and harder. So today I'd like to show 3 of the most efficient strategies to secure those drops, talk about some advantages that could help you in securing them, and let's discuss the really annoying thorn in our sides, bots. As always, if you're new to the channel, welcome to the community and feel free to subscribe. I'm a crypto, stock, and real estate investor, but never a financial advisor. All right, so I'm going to get into the techniques, but before we do so, I did want to just go ahead and give a reminder on the upcoming drops. Tomorrow on Wednesday, the 13th at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, we do have the last of the No Time to Die James Bond posters. These are easy sets to complete. I mean, they're basically 2 collectibles that make a full set. I'll be nabbing these hopefully on the drop, but if not, then in the marketplace. There's a rare for 4,000 editions at 87 gems, and the ultra rare at 2,500 editions for 107. The other one that I'm more excited about is that the Marvel's Thor drops Thursday, the 14th at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. This is a comic, so we all know everyone's trying for an ultra rare or a secret rare. Like, these are our lottery tickets through Veve. But one thing that jumps out on this is it says this super limited edition digital comic includes Veve exclusive rare and ultra rare covers. So I'm guessing this will probably be somewhere around 10,000 editions. So this will be probably a hard one to get. But we saw Throg, and now we're seeing Thor comic book. I can't wait to see an actual Thor collectible to join the growing list of superheroes that are forming the Avengers in our Veve app. Now I'm going to go through some of the drop techniques because I know some are familiar, some are not. So for those who are not in the know, there are basically 3 techniques that help you during the drop time that have been the most effective. Okay, so here we are in the app. I am using on my iPad. So because I can sync it with my computer, it's not as fast as my cell phone. But what I'm going to do is just go ahead and show you what some of the techniques are that are effective that people are using out there. There are basically 3 different techniques. There is those have called a line gate, there is rhythm gate, and then I think I heard someone call it finger gate, but I'm going to go ahead and show you all 3. And there isn't a drop right now, but I'm just going to go ahead and click on the coming tab, and on there I'm going to go ahead and show Edo, which we didn't have the ability to do this a week ago. So first I'm going to show you the one that is most effective for me, and I think many others are also good at it as well, and that is a line gate. So a line gate, you want to go ahead and have the buy now tab. So you can see, like, okay, I click buy now, it's up there, right? So you want to try and align the buy now with the coming soon, okay, cancel out button. So once those are in line, you can just go ahead and basically click as fast as possible, right? Like, you want to just go ahead and jam it, and if you have an older device, sometimes it can freeze up. So if you're using an older device, you probably want to wait until like 1 second before. If you have a newer device, you can usually jam pretty good. So you literally just line them up and then go for broke. And that's a line gate. I actually learned a line gate from Veve Vault, so shout out to him for helping us understand a little bit more about this. The next one is rhythm gate, which I know Johnny Dunn is absolutely crushing with this technique. I've tried it. I suck at it, but some are actually very effective with this. And that's basically where there's a countdown. I can't show it because there's no countdown on this, but you count down with the countdown. So basically it would go like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And then you actually click about half a second or so after 0 because there is that flash, right? So he's literally timing it with the clock down, and then he just goes boom. And that's how he goes ahead and uses the rhythm gate. I'm not effective at it. If you want more details on it, I would go ahead and go to Johnny Dunn's channel and watch some of his drops. And the last piece, I haven't tested this out myself. I know it worked in the past. I don't know about now. And that is where simply, and people have called it finger gate, where it's where you actually just go ahead and once you're down to around about 9 to 8 seconds on the countdown, you go ahead and place your finger on the buy now button. And then once it gets to that flash, you just let go. And that saves a little bit of time from having to basically time and press down and pull up. I've heard it's effective for some. I've never tried it. I might try it on the next one. But those are the 3 techniques that I've heard work the best, and I've had the most success with the line gate again. But there are some things that can help you with at least being a little bit quicker on the go for these drops. And that is what kind of technology you're actually using. And I'm showing this list again. Shout out to Veve Vault. If you're not following Veve Vault on YouTube or on Twitter, go check him out, because not only did he spread awareness on the align gate technique, but he actually also showed this page on the technology the other day, and so I wanted to help spread some awareness to others who may have not seen this. But there are a few lists that actually show the fastest type of technology, so the fastest processing speed. And you can see on this list, it says the Apple iPhone 12, OnePlus 9, Samsung Galaxy, Apple iPhone 11. Like, this is the order of how fast they go, and they give a centurion mark. And there are other lists, and I think there are some that are biased. Like this one says the Samsung S21 Ultra 5G is the fastest, followed by Nubia Red Magic, and then eventually the Apple iPhone 12 Pro Max. So the newest technology, they are very, very fast supercomputers in your pocket. So the newer the technology, usually the faster it's going to go. But I think if you have the newest iPhone, the newest Samsung, you're probably in a good position over those who are working with an iPhone 7 or an iPhone 8. And I get it. Like, not everyone wants to spend an extra $1,000 or whatever to be able to try and nail down a drop. And I've seen success with an iPhone 8 on drops not long ago. So it really does come down to timing, but I have seen significant more success with an iPhone 12. The other piece is, of course, having a good connection and fast internet. Shout out to Des from Brooklyn for showing this drop day tip. If your ping is higher than this, then I will have priority over you. So 116 Mbps. You can do a speed test to check your internet speed. And if you want to go a step further, you could actually even have a stronger Ethernet cord plugged into your router, and then you can plug that Ethernet cord directly into a connector like this that then connects to your smartphone. Obviously, I've done this. I don't see a big difference. I've failed with this many times, so to each their own. Now, let's address the bots. This is a super frustrating thing, and I'm not going to defend Ecomi in this matter because it needs to be figured out. But I will urge you to consider and understand with an open mind the other side of the fence, like how bots work and what they can do to actively help the situation. And this is no new issue, right? Like the first bot kind of FUD that came up was back in April, and I believe Ecomi and Veve responded by banning emulators, adding security measures in place, adding CAPTCHAs, and actively banning persistent accounts. I wish they would just go ahead and do the KYC process to make this much easier, but they did put in measures that they didn't have before. And one thing to consider is this could actually be manipulated and not legit, right? Like, if I wanted to, I could go ahead and take this picture. I can take a screenshot. Boom. Let's go ahead and copy that. There we go. Basically what I did was I took a screenshot, I then pasted the same screenshot, or I could even just go ahead and change the numbers if I really want to get creative. I then placed this as a background photo to make it look like my desktop. I can then zoom in and get rid of the photo logo, or I can move my screen up from there so it looks like it's active on my computer. Again, I can move this screen up so that way you can't see that it's a photo and it just looks like my browsers. So keep that in mind that some people can actually manipulate what looks like botting, because the price of OMI and the price of Veve collectibles have taken a dip when there is more awareness around botting, which has happened in the past. So that is a potential tactic. And I show this not to discount and say, oh, all of them are fake. I'm just saying that some of this can be manipulated into fake misinformation. So again, they went through all these measures back then, and they did say that they crushed a majority of the bot accounts, but they'll probably not be able to get rid of all of them ever. And that's the nature, unfortunately, of these kinds of things in this space. This is even more prevalent and ongoing with bigger brand drops, like in the sneakerheads community. Bots are a rampant nuisance. And even though companies like Nike have been selling online for well over 2 decades and choose to pay the highest amount of security bot protection software, they still can't get rid of them all. So this isn't just a Veve annoyance, it's an annoyance for drops in general. And one thing that we actually saw from Staying Alpha's drop video this morning, which shout out to Staying Alpha, great community member, and also has really good track record of finding solid NFTs. Go check out his channel if you've not yet. But in this video this morning, he actually showed that he set up a ghost VPN and then set up an emulator and tried to actually log in and enter into Veve's app, and the app caught him and blocked him from entering. So it actually just created a spinning loading screen where he could not actually enter into the app. So some of the bot protectors are obviously working. One thing he did talk about was the Pankia Box auto clicker device. You can buy this off Amazon. Technically, this is not an emulator, but I imagine this is also breaking the rules in terms of VV guidelines, because again, it is a device that is outside of basically human ability. So while this is an attractive option, I wouldn't recommend doing this because Veve has mentioned in the past that they have machine learning built into the app. If you're unfamiliar with machine learning, what it's done so far is to help identify those accounts that actually are potentially cheating accounts and also those who are not. So some of those have noticed that they no longer have CAPTCHAs. That's the machine learning AI. Basically, it sees enough things that show, okay, they've solved enough CAPTCHA puzzles, they're not tied to any emulators, they're not sending tons of collections to random no collection accounts or receiving them from those accounts. And that's what the machine learning is doing, among many other things, including click rates. So this is why I don't recommend using an auto clicker. If there are 1,000 drops secured, it can identify, depending on what kind of solution they're using. Let's say there are 1,000 drops and obviously they all sell out. It can identify which ones had a spike of basically inhuman clicking ability. And again, depending on how robust the system is, even cross-match to past clicking speed historically. So again, auto clicker is a device that's outside of your app, but how fast it clicks is faster than a human can. So while it's tempting, is it worth potentially losing access to Veve entirely? In my opinion, CAPTCHA is definitely like a band-aid over the issue. And so I hope that there is more robust technology that they're using, which seeing that bot protector when alpha went in and was blocked shows that they're doing something more than CAPTCHA, which is solid. And it goes on to say that bot blocking isn't a one and done situation. You'll need to continue to monitor your website for any problems. So bots are annoying as hell. And we all wish it would go away, but it's pretty prevalent in all app functionality like this. My advice is do what you can tech-wise, upgrade your tech or upgrade your internet. So that way you can increase your chances to actually get a drop. But do not join the bad actors who are actively trying to take money away from you, me, who are trying to make money on Veve. The only other thing I could think to do would be Veve could significantly increase the mints, but that also obviously affects the pricing and Season 3's value unless it scales with the user base. I hope these strategies help those who aren't in the know on what are effective drop techniques. And I hope understanding a bit more about bots gives some peace of mind as well. I strike out on many drops and I have a pretty fast phone and internet. There's a lot of people now going for these drops all over the world. So don't use bots as a crutch when you miss. It's insanely competitive now, but don't disregard bots either. They are a nuisance. They will keep happening as in with all apps. And if you know someone doing this or see something odd, share it with Ecomi and Veve. But let's keep it positive. We're a community who are growing and thriving together. Let's continue to do what we've been doing, which is making insane ROI on our digital collectible NFTs, and keep our eye on what we've been waiting for, which are these massive catalysts that are about to happen for the OMI token and of course the Veve app as well. As always, I hope you found my content valuable, and if so, please leave a like and a comment down below. The likes and comments appease the algo overlords and help my channel to continue to grow. And if you haven't yet, please hit the subscribe button and notification bell for future content. That's it for today. I'm Taps. Thank you for your time and happy trading.